Okay, hello and welcome to something that I'm trying, which is a little bit different. I'm going to do some pack openings. So I got some Panini Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Edition cards. I got a big 24 pack of them and a couple of extras that came with the starter pack sort of thing. I also saw these scorecards. I think you can get some, what are they called? Sort of autographed ones which are pretty good, and I just like football cards, and there are so many out there now, so I don't really know if these are the good ones to get, but they were 30 cards in a pack, and I thought get 3 packs, have a little look through them. So what I think I'll probably do, I'll do one of these first, then I'll do some Jurassic Parks, and we'll then do some more score. So let me just move some of these out of the way. So I've got that box here. I'll do these. Also, that what came with the Panini were having like a deal on with some like money off their pack. So you get this, which my camera can't really see, but it's the folder for the 30th anniversary collection, and you get you can see all of the cards listed on the back and the front, and you've got somewhere to put them all, which is pretty cool. And then you get a couple of packs of that. And then there's money off when you got it with the booster pack. So yeah, I love Jurassic Park. I love dinosaurs, as you might guess. So let's get jumping into this and start opening. You can also probably see me in the reflection as well. I brought a pair of like little fancy scissors as well. Look at these. I think they're embroidery scissors, but I just like them. So I'm going to open my packs with scissors so it doesn't become a problem trying to get them open with my fat old fingers. So here we go. First pack is score. And we're looking for... oh, great start. These scissors are like not cutting. There you go. That's better. Boom. So we're looking for what I think is... autographs and numbered laser parallel. So like there's a limited number and they've got a number assigned to them. So we're going to pull... Whoa, my goodness, that was a great start. I just dropped them all. Okay, Butterfingers here. So we got Anthony Robinson for Fulham. Johan Owissa for... Is that Brentford? I don't know. Yes, Brentford. And then we've got Mark Rocha for Leeds. Jorginho for Chelsea, although he moved to Arsenal halfway through the season. So, Eddie Nketiah for Arsenal. Wilfred Zaha for Crystal Palace. I think he's just left Crystal Palace as well. It's like everyone's left now. Matty Cash for Villa. Oh, and they're all... I don't know if that's because I dropped them or just because that's how they are. Armanda Broja for Chelsea. We got Marcus Tavernier for is that Bournemouth. There you go. And then we've got Mark. He played for England recently. Guy, I think is how you say it. I've been learning Dutch as well, and in Dutch, all G's you say like h. So if I pronounce people like h all the time, it's because I've been learning Dutch, and it's like one of those things. Andreas Pereira for Fulham. Emiliano Martinez for Villa. Vitali Janlet for Brentford. Gianluca Scamacca. I don't know if he's even... I think he might be moving on again this season. He like one season wonder who didn't do that great. But yeah, we'll see. He was a bit of a flop this season. We've got Joe Worrell for... I think this is Nottingham Forest, isn't it? Yeah, Forest. Diego Jota for Liverpool. We've got Christian Eriksen for United. He had a good season, but near the end of the season, you really saw his age and fitness shining through. He really just struggled to keep up with the pace, I think. So I think he's a great player still. It's just if he's good enough, I'm not sure. But yeah, Eriksen. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg for Tottenham. I think he is a decent midfielder. He gets the job done. Dan Burn, again, a decent defender who gets the job done for Newcastle. James Justin, he's a young centre-back, which is supposed to be, I mean, in any Football Manager save, he ends up playing regularly for England and stuff like that. So that's a good indicator for how good a player is. Leicester, obviously been relegated, so we might see him moving around to somewhere better. Jose Sarr for Wolves. Musa Genepo for Southampton. Julian Alvarez, obviously World Cup, Premier League, Champions League. He's won everything this season, hasn't he? I think he's literally won everything this season. So apart from the Carabao, which I think is low on the list. We've got Musa Niakate for Nottingham Forest. We've got another Dan Burn. Oh, but this one, shiny. I have no idea I haven't looked into what these cards actually are, so that might be really good. I'm not sure. I don't think it's numbered. The number, so it does have a number, but it's like out of if it's numbered. So it's like 145 out of 150 or something like that. So not numbered there. We've got a few. Ooh, Mikel Antonio. He's one of those weird ones where he can be great or he can just be awful. There's kind of no like in between. He's an interesting player, Mikel Antonio. I quite like him, but he's not a very regular scorer. Probably someone who does stats will say completely different, but yeah, that's a green shiny, whatever that means. And then we have Zaha as a score team. Whoa! I've got butterfingers again. Number 12. I don't think that's a numbered one either, but quite nice. And we've got Breakthrough. That's Dalot, isn't it? Yeah, Diego Dalot. And then we've got just two normal, Jack Grealish and Jesse Lingard. What an interesting player Lingard is. Yeah, never quite, I think, reached his potential. He's so close, but I feel like it's not all his fault. I think partly is a little bit of motivation. He's got a bit of a Dele Alli vibe about him. Not as bad, obviously, but I think he did have a bit of a tough run with his managers and that with United and stuff. So there you go. That is the first score pack opened. Quite a lot of good cards, to be honest. A lot of players which I like. Obviously, I don't know anything about value or anything like that, but the two big ones are Mikel Antonio Green Shiny, I'm going to call it, and Dan Burn Silver Shiny. They both look pretty cool. I just like the feel of these cards as well. They feel very thick and like nice. So we're going to pop these here, methinks. So that's score 1 done. Now we're going to move on to some Jurassic Park 30th anniversary trading cards. See, these aren't like going to be rare and worth loads of money because you like how Panini have done them. But they just are a cool little collector's piece. And for people who love Jurassic Park and dinosaurs and stuff, perfect. So for me, I'm happy. Whoop. So we have a card which like kind of puzzle card which links in to make a bigger picture. Then we've got Owen Brady riding with the Raptors. Then we have a shiny T-Rex. That one's pretty cool. I like the art on that one. I'm not. I'd like just to see the T-Rex as it is actually, without it being red. But then let's see what's next. We've got another T-Rex. T-Rex is in it at the moment, and we've got what's next to it. T-Rex. Oh, my eyes are terrible. Rivals. Okay. The rivals to the T-Rex. Then we've got the, I can never say this one, Quinzelocotus, I think it is. That they're like massive birds. And then we've got flying dinosaurs. I'm not even sure. Is that Jurassic World? When they break out of the, when the helicopter crashes in. There you go. So a mixture of kind of like movie shots and then actual just dinosaur profiles. But yeah, I'm liking these, and we're going to start like smashing through some of these Jurassic Park cards now. So I'm just going to pop this here. So I'm going to cut this one open. I've got to just be careful not to cut the cards. That would be bad, wouldn't it? See, they work now. Good little scissors, aren't they? And we are in for the next pack of Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. Boom. Another like puzzle card. I'm guessing all of the packs come with puzzle cards. It's looking like a Raptor Indominus Rex thingy. What we got next? Ooh. Get cover, I think it says. That's a pretty cool card though. I like the art on it. I don't know what it says near the beginning. It's very hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. And this, I like the back very of this one, very old school color system for like the cars and that. What we got? Oh, I like that one. 1993, and the T-Rex is kind of Andy Warhol style art. That's really cool. Love that one. And then, ooh, T-Rex is the main dino throughout all of them. Although the Velociraptor does kind of take that place a little bit. But we're getting a lot of T-Rex cards in these. Interesting. And we've got another T-Rex for Jurassic World. Is that Dominion? Looks like it might be Dominion. You got the movie in the corner. And then we've got Jurassic Park Lost World, when they get the baby T-Rex and then what's his name? Jeff Goldblum. Ian Malcolm freaks out and takes his daughter up that hide place to stay away from it all. But yeah. Good pack again. I'm liking the art on these cards. I'm enjoying it. Let's cut this open. Cat-candidly. Oh my goodness. Just need somebody like stab my hand open there. Boom. And we're in. Look at that. Beautiful. Box break. So let's move this over to the side again. And we're going to open a new pack. It feels good to open it this side. Oh no, my scissors are all dirty now. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this as well is I've got loads of cards on pre-order. And I just love opening cards. So I thought I might give this a go, see how well it goes. See if I enjoy doing the pack openings on... They're all... But like, I prefer when cards are all facing the same way when you open them. But we'll have a look. This red one is looking interesting. But yeah, so I've got some Lacana coming. I've got some Japanese 151 and some English 151 Pokemon cards coming. So I thought when they do get here, I'll be opening them. I ain't got loads of money, so I'm not going to be one of those streamers who like has piles of cards that you like are selling as like boosters and stuff. I'm just going to do it for fun. So that's just what I'm doing. Okay. So we have number 29. It's that was a bit of a anticlimax, wasn't it? It's Jeff Goldblum speaking to Richard Attenborough. Is it Richard or David? Richard. Richard is the brother who played in, and David is the one who does the animal shows. So yeah, we got a shot from the Lost World. Then we have an attack from above card, which is Mosasaur and one of the pterodactyls, just kind of chilling on a card. Some of these cards look cool, but like it's a bit mishmash, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about that. Then we have a shiny raptor, I want to say. That looks like a raptor, doesn't it? Doesn't say on the back, does it? 164. I think that's it. I'm going to say it's a raptor. It could be Dilophosaurus because of like the colorings, but I don't think it is. I think it's a raptor. And then we have, ooh, okay, well this you can't but this is bumpy. So it's like got texture on the card. Oh, that's very nice. I like the texture for a Therizinosaurus, however you say that. Oh, I really like the texture on the card. I'm not going to lie. It's going to spend a little while just... It's got like kind of a roughness to it. That's pretty cool. I like that. I also like the art. Cool. So that's from Dominion. And then we've got, also from Dominion, some raptors. Where's that Fallen Kingdom? No, that's definitely Dominion. And then, same movie, Dominion, you've got the Pyroraptor, I think they called it. With his little feathers, and he can swim and stuff. There you go. So that was that pack done. And we move on to the next one. Need to not cut myself on the scissors. That is what I need to do, because they're going quite sharp on the point. Okay. Next pack. Whoop. There you go. Boom. And we're going to turn it over. And we've got a very scared looking T-Rex as part of the puzzle piece. Boom. We have got Woo. Is that Fallen Kingdom? Or is that just Jurassic World? I think that's just Jurassic World. I always find his character so funny. He went from like little guy who just was looking after the eggs to full on evil villain. Then we have the Troceraptor, and again it's got texture on it, which I love. That's just like a really nice little detail that you can feel the texture on it, which is pretty cool. And I do like the art around it as well, like very clean, very nice. They're my favorite cards at the moment. Then we have Blue and Stiggy. Did they really give that one a name? Stiggy? I never realised that they'd named it. But shiny. Then we have a half card of the kitchen scene in Jurassic Park. Shiny as well. Love the kitchen. Probably one of the best tense non-horror scenes. I mean, I would class it as non-horror. But really tense. And like as a kid, you were just like, this is crazy. But yeah, love that. And then I think that's my first duplicate. We've got Owen. Need to make sure I'm keeping it in frame. Owen Grady riding his bike with some raptors again. So there you go. Already a duplicate. I'm not sure how many duplicates I'm going to get with a pack of 24, or how close I am going to get to the finish, because there's around about 200 and something cards. I think 206 to collect. And how many is this? 24 with 6 in. That's 10 is 60. 20 is 120. Then 4 is 24. So 140. Oh, so we won't even have enough cards to complete it. Is that right? 140 something cards that we'll get out of this box. And I think there's 200 and something to collect. So there's not enough to like get it all just with one box. But hopefully we'll get like a good dent in the collection. Yeah. Just going to rip it a little bit to make it easier to get them out. There we go. This is Jurassic Park with the Triceratops. I need to check my camera and make sure I'm in shot. The Triceratops. Sick Triceratops, classic scene, love it. Then we have the borders are all very different, so I'm trying to figure out what's what. What have we got here? It's another puzzle piece, which is just looking like it's signs. Interesting. And then we have, I think these are the Lost World colours, or are they Jurassic Park? Let's have a look. Boom. Oh, that is nice. That is a nice card. Is that the... I've got to get it closer to me. I still can't read it when it's like right up to my face. There's a nice card, but I cannot read what that says. At all. Like the words are way too small. objects in mirror are closer than they appear. So it's obviously when they're driving away from the T-Rex, and there's that objects in the mirror are closer than they appear message in it. But like that is so tiny writing. Maybe I've just got terrible eyesight. I do wear glasses for a reason. But the art, I think, is really cool. Then we've got, boom, that's a Dilophosaurus. Spitting ink at Nedry. Bit of a shiny action as well. Very nice. Problem is when you record these sort of cards, they're so glossy that you can just see reflections all over the place. And then we've got a shiny T-Rex. The T-Rex really is the star of the show in this at the moment, isn't it? So, shiny T-Rex, looking good. I quite like the art on that one, to be fair. With the foil around the outside, making all like that. And then the T-Rex in the middle. It looks nice. It's a nice looking card. And then we've got a Jurassic World Dominion Dilophosaurus again. So 2 Dilophosauruses in the same pack. Going up to Claire, I want to say her name is in the movie. I'm trying to remember what her name is as an actress, and I cannot off the top of my head remember. I know she's directed like Mandalorian episodes and stuff, but it's gone, unfortunately. Cannot remember. On to the next pack. I need to just move a little bit to this side. Boom. That one was a little bit close to the cards. I need to be careful. Just going to start slicing up the cards. Cool. So we have a another like puzzle piece one with a T-Rex roaring. Then we've got, boom, Jurassic World. Wow, the art is very weird. It looks like really like an old film, you know, like one of those sort of King Kong films with like the puppets. Yeah, it's quite nice art. It's interesting that they've gone for a lot of different styles, haven't they? Boom. Hey Blue, you miss me? With Owen Grady and Blue in like a shiny thing. I never really was that crazy about the whole Blue and Owen Grady sort of relationship, so it's not crazy about it. But you know, it's an okay card. What I'm all about is these tactile cards. Oh, that's just so nice. I don't know if you can hear it. 1 minute. I don't know if you can hear that. Feels very nice. Just put that up against the mic. Dilophosaurus is a great card as well. Looking awesome. Then we have the Jurassic World Dominion again. Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler with Clone Girl. Man, the Clone Girl stuff was so stupid, wasn't it? Let's just put that out there. So stupid. And then we have another. Oh, I think that one links onto one of the other ones we got before. Kind of the very pop arty style art on the cards. Cool stuff. So that's another pack down. And we're going to go for another Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. There's one end which has the cards that are not, it's not like as close. Yeah, we're all good. Didn't slice a card. Ooh, one was going rogue though. Boom. Well, I think we had that one already. So again, another duplicate of Indominus, I think it is. And then, boom. Definitely had that one because it's really hard to read like this bit here. But get cover. I mean, I feel like there's a 2 missing there. Get to cover makes more sense than get cover. But okay, we'll move on from that one. Boom. I just turned 2 at the same time, but we've got a kind of pop arty style blue, and then a DNA T-Rex. I don't like this pop art style, to be honest. I feel like it's a bit weird to have it on these cards because you've got all like the movie art, which is pretty good. I've always liked Jurassic Park movie art. Going through all like the Jurassic Worlds and stuff. Even if I don't love the movie, the art and the graphics are pretty cool. But this is just a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll grow on me. These ones I quite like. That looks quite cool. And then we've got. Oh, that is the card. Okay. Tactile again, but this one isn't like gravelly. This one's got like just raised image on it. Tracker free. Gallimimus, I think. Got a little Gallimimus, which you can. I do love cards that have got like these little like tactile stuff about them. And then we've got that's Fallen Kingdom. The old man, Cromwell. Is it Cromwell? I think they call him Cromwell in the movies. Whenever I see him, I just think of iRobot. Yeah, someday they'll have dreams. I just remember that at the end of that line. But yeah. Okay, another pack. Done and dusted. On to the next. Yeah, so I am looking forward to the other card sets coming out, but I'm just trying to give myself a little practice run on how to, because I've never really done pack openings or anything. I think it's going all right. I mean, the camera I'm using is a bit of a potato camera. Like I said, I'm not minted, so it's not the best camera, but it will do in a pinch. We've got another puzzle piece. Then we're gonna flip this, and it's another puzzle piece of let's say that's a raptor. Like, are they raptors probably? And now, boom, a duplicate of the T-Rex shiny that we got earlier, quite early on. And boom, cool. That's the Jurassic Park scene where they're stuck there. The kids are in the car, and you got like the flashlight on his eye. That's a really cool card, actually. I like the art. See, this is the sort of non-movie art which I like. It's from the movie, but they've obviously it's more like stylized and painted. I just like it. It looks good. And then my favorite, the Feely cards, Giganotosaurus. I think that's how you say it. That's one of the ones from Dominion. I mean, just amazing. Just have a little scratch on. And then we've got that is when Blue is having like surgery, having like makeshift surgery in that's Fallen Kingdom, isn't it? Because he gets shot in that one. So, boom, just testing my Jurassic Park knowledge there. Just move that all away. On to the next. For the next time I do this, when I'm doing Pokemon cards or whatever it is that I get next, I will probably be getting the Spotify set up just so I can have some music playing in the background. But I need to figure out how to do that, because you need to set it up as like a VOD. I'm using OBS. You need to set up as like a VOD audio so it doesn't transfer over to the recording of what's it called on like YouTube, because I'll be like splitting this up and putting it on YouTube and things. So yeah, I'll figure that out so we can have some music playing in the background as well while I'm doing this. But next pack we have another puzzle piece. At some point I will put the puzzles together, and I'll post it somewhere or do something with it. Then we have see, these are the arts which I'm saying I'm not crazy about, like the pop art kind of. You lose a lot of detail, and I think the thing that's really nice about the stuff in Jurassic Park is the detail on the dinosaurs. So I don't hate them, I just don't love them. Then we've got the baby T-Rex from Lost World. Shiny. I quite like that one, actually. It's quite cute. And then we've got, boom, again, a pop art Triceratops. You know my thoughts on the pop art. We're not going to go over it too much. Then we've got Indoraptor Danger. I feel like the Indoraptor, the design was a little bit, oh, this one's raised as well. Love it. Just give it a little stroke. the design was pretty cool, but like the actual use of it in Fallen Kingdom, they just didn't quite know what to do. I think there were good parts about the Indoraptor, just overall didn't quite. I think the last two movies just, they didn't know what to do once you got off the park. It needs to be on a park, doesn't it? Otherwise, you're kind of just a little bit lost with where to go with dinosaurs. And I'm sure there were better ideas for scripts, but they just did not use them because they wanted to make some human clone story. But yeah, Indoraptor. And that is Fallen King. That's either the end of Fallen Kingdom or the start of Dominion. Because the same thing happens, I think, at the end of Fallen Kingdom. But that definitely happens at the start of Dominion, so it's probably a Dominion one. Mosasaur, again, is like in Jurassic World, when you see like the Mosasaur coming up and eating not the T-Rex, the shark when it's being fed and everyone's like having a great time. It was so cool. And then like it killing the Indoraptor, Indorex was pretty cool. No, it wasn't. Whatever, they're all called the same thing as well, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, I feel like the Mosasaur could have had more about it. I feel like a Mosasaur movie, just where a Mosasaur is, so like, you know, like the Meg, but with a Mosasaur would be cool. I would watch that movie. It wouldn't be great as like an overall movie. It would be one of those like guilty pleasure movies to watch. Do you know what I mean, we got the Meg 2 coming out. Just do Mosasaur next. Oh, it's just started absolutely tipping it down here. Rain, go away. But actually, it's been so hot and horrible here in England, so please, rain, stay and clear the air. Cool. Right. Now we're on the next pack. Boom, we have Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3. I think that's the first Jurassic Park 3 card we've got. Loved the Spinosaurus design in this movie. Do you know what? Jurassic Park 3, after Jurassic Park, which was obviously the best one because it started it all and it just is close to a flawless movie. There's not much wrong with it, to be honest. In my opinion, I do love that movie. But Jurassic Park 3, not a flawless movie. A lot of things which you can complain about. But overall, fun watch. And the dinosaur design was probably at its best, I think, at this point. Like, the Spinosaurus had... And it was model work as well. It wasn't all graphics. It was model work. I loved the Spinosaurus. It was really cool. And it's a cool dinosaur. So that helps as well. We have a pop art Brachiosaur or Brontosaurus. I can't remember which one's the right one. But we have one of those. Looking pretty swish. I mean, it's very kiddish, isn't it? I'm not sure about that. I like the original. Boom. DNA 1997, which is the release date for the second one, I think, which is Lost World. There you go. I forgot it completely there for a second. What does it say on the risk to survival is severe? Okay. I quite like that card, to be honest. A little compy in the middle. That's nice. That is a nice card. Boom. June 11th, 1993. That's a beautiful card. Man, 30 years. I was going to say 20 because I'm old and it doesn't feel like 2023 yet. But 30 years is insane, isn't it, since this came out? When you look at the graphics of the movie as well, it has aged very well. It's still very watchable nowadays. This green light on my camera is really annoying because it reflects. Look, you can see it reflecting. And then we've got, this one's very gravelly. I like it. You can kind of see on the material with the reflections that the reflection kind of goes a bit different here. It's I love the tactile feel of these cards. So good. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Rexy has we haven't had a T-Rex for a while, have we? So at the beginning we were getting a lot of T-Rex stuff. Now it's tapered down to like spread out a bit more, but that's a nice one. And go on, push through the egg, little one. That's my best Richard Attenborough impression. That's from the Jurassic Park original, when that little raptor. What are these? Oh, they're raptors. You bred raptors. Great scene. But yeah, cool card. Love that scene in a movie. I'll just pop it there. On to the next one. Okay, next pack. We're making a dent in these. I think I might do a score pack soon, just to kind of spread it out. Whoop. Cool. These are like paper, so it's nice and easy to get through. I feel with like the plastic, like Pokemon packs, I'm going to struggle a bit more. Had that one before, I'm pretty sure. Got duplicate puzzle piece. Then we have boom. Okay, I know I said that I like prefer like the art for the movies and not these like stylized arty ones, but that one's amazing, isn't it? That one is beautiful. I just love the Mosasaur as well, but like this art style, so cool. Really like that. I'm not sure of what like these ones are. I think if you get near the two, like, so what number is this? 93. If you get near like the 200s, there's a few special ones which are super rare, which I probably won't get in this in these packs. But yeah, that's a nice one. Really like that one. The art for that is cool. Then we're gonna go boom, and we've got. Whether that is, I am really not sure what that one is. I think it's a raptor, but the head stuff is throwing me off. I don't think that is. That's a Dominion dinosaur for sure. Because they had so many dinosaurs that they added in. And just did not, or maybe it's Jurassic World, did not really say what they were. It was just like, oh, here's a new dinosaur here. But yeah, interesting. Not a huge fan of that one. We've gone from hot to cold there. The Mosasaur was really cool. A duplicate Dilophosaurus with a little bit of a gravelly texture to it. Is this focusing on it? All right, I think it is. And then we've got a Triceratops again with a little bit of a raised kind of bit on the dinosaur. Man, I love this when they do to cards. So good. And we've got the end of Jurassic World with T-Rex having the last words, roaring out over the park that has just been absolutely decimated. And that's another pack down. And I'm enjoying these cards. There's a lot to like about them. Obviously, if you're a Jurassic Park fan, it's a bit more of an easy sell. If you're not much of a Jurassic Park fan, probably don't get the Jurassic Park cards. But yeah, I am a huge fan. If you haven't haven't been able to tell. So, okay, when I say huge, I can't name all of the dinosaurs and stuff. So I don't know if huge fan is the accurate term. But I do like the movies. I watch them at least once a year. Not the Fallen Kingdom or Dominion, because they're a bit of a harder watch for me. But like the original three, yeah, we watch them. So we've got a young Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler, which is actors' names are gone again in my head because that's just the way it is. But look how young they are. Damn, that is a 93 pick for sure. And then we've got boom. Oh, we just got a normal movie scene card, which is the Jurassic World orbs, which was crazy to think that they ever thought that would be a good idea. Like, yeah, let's let them just drive orbs around with the dinosaurs in like completely loose, because cars on tracks last time went wrong, but this will be fine, I'm sure. But still looked fun. Boom. Dilophosaurus pop art. We might have. I don't think we have had that one because the one that we had before had like Nedry's yellow coat at the bottom here, so that might be a new one. Boom. A T-Rex. I mean, this is the thing with the pop art ones. That looks like a T-Rex, but also looks a little bit like a raptor. So, not sure which one it actually is. But, there you go. There's that one. We've got a Velociraptor. Nice and gravelly one. There's probably a word for these, but I'm going to call it gravelly because that's what they feel like. Very nice. I love it. And then we've got I'm off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like man creates dinosaur. Dinosaur eats man. Man kills dinosaur. No, it's like dinosaur eats man. Women take over the world, and it's just after they've been talking about chaos theory, and he's doing like the Malcolm Riz, where he's like putting water drops on a hand, and Alan Grant's sitting in the back like, "Hey, stay away from my girl." That's kind of the vibe, anyway, isn't it? So new pack. Let's go. Open this one, and then next one is going to be a score, because I think we're about halfway through the box, and we're going all right. How long have we been doing this? 43 minutes. So it's quite a long unboxing sort of thing. Like, it doesn't. Maybe I'm taking too much time on each card, but that's just me. I'm going to keep taking time on cards. Then we have boom. Okay, so it's Blues Baby. Yeah, there you go. I thought it was one that went like that, but it is like that. Blues Baby. Looks like a puzzle piece card. Looks okay. Blues Baby was also a bit of like okay, well, we're just giving Blue Baby now, are we? That last movie just did not work for me, unfortunately. It's the what's it called? That's the colours of the thingy. The spray can that Nedry puts all the DNA embryos in, I think. I like that. Summer of 1993. That's like kind of a poster card, isn't it? That's a nice looking card. Boom. We got the baby Stegosaurus that goes crazy when is it Julia no. Who the heck is it? Julia Roberts. Is definitely not Julia Roberts. But the lady in Lost World takes a picture and a like film camera. I mean, that's how old it is. It's a film camera that starts rewinding. Back in, what is this, 97, I think it was. So I think digital cameras were a thing back then. But if you wanted good quality, I suppose you still needed film. I still use film when I take photos because I just like film cameras. But yeah, the auto rewind nearly got it killed. And then boom, we have a half card of the opening scene of when you first see a dinosaur in Jurassic Park, but very red. I don't remember it being that red. It must just be an art choice. And then we've got Dilophosaurus. I think we've got this one. What do we? I know we had a Dilophosaurus with a sort of gravelly feel, which is very nice. I will never not enjoy doing this. But yeah, nice looking card. I love the Dilophosaurus design, although famously, Dilophosaurus actually didn't have a frill in real life, apparently. So, very inaccurate, but most of the dinosaurs are inaccurate. So, take that how you want. I think it's still a cool design. And then we've got Jurassic Park Dominion with characters that we like and know. And then characters which were just introduced in the last movie and then we're expected to care and know about. They just didn't. I like her as an actress. Again, off the top of my head, can't remember. Bryce Dallas Howard is the other one. That's the one that I was trying to remember before. But I like this actress. I think she does a good job, and I've seen her in a few other things. But like, they just did nothing to make her a good character. And then they were trying to like set up some sort of next thing, you know, where it's like she's going to be in a TV show and or a movie, another movie or something. It's just like you're trying to do too much, and it's all not worked. So yeah, not crazy about. Like I said, not crazy about that last movie. Okay, we've done a bunch of Jurassic Park cards. Got a lot of cool cards, to be honest. There's a lot which I really like in there. But we're going to now go on to a score pack. Another big 30 pack. I'm going to cut this open. I'm going to have a look, and hopefully I won't drop it everywhere. Or cut myself. That's the aim here. Okay, because there's so many. There's 30 cards in a pack. So you got to be really careful. There you go. I nearly did it again. So, we have Luis Sinistra from Leeds. We have Conor Gallagher from Chelsea. He seems to be becoming quite a good player. I think in the next couple of seasons we're going to see more from him. And he's going to be quite an impressive sort of midfielder that's either at Chelsea or he's going to do another season at Chelsea, not be used that much, and decide to move on for the best of his career. We'll see. Because they've got a new manager. He might feature more in the plans with Poch. Then we've got Bukayo Saka. Man, talk about a player who's taken adversity and made it work for him. He missed that penalty in the Euros and had so much abuse, which was completely unwarranted and not okay. But then the last 2 seasons after that, he's been absolutely insane. And even not just for Arsenal, for England as well. And he's going to be probably the best player for England. I don't know, Bellingham is close, but Saka is insanely good. And we're very glad that he's an England player. Tyrick Mitchell for Crystal Palace. Then we have... Oh, why are they all upside down and stuff? Then we've got Dan James. Always a player which I thought was good, but just he's fast, and that's kind of what he relies on. And he never had that end product, unfortunately. He never had like that finishing touch. And he's kind of showing that at Fulham as well. If he could learn how to get the crosses and the finishes right, he would be a great player, honestly. I think he just also rough time at United because of what was happening at United, not necessarily for him. We've got Tariq Lamptey, great player. I think he's a good one for the future as well. Lloyd Kelly for Bournemouth. Jordan Ayew. How this man is still in the Premier League, I do not know. For Crystal Palace. Like, he scores, like, occasionally. But he is so inconsistent. And he's just not the player for me. He's okay, but yeah, I'm amazed he's not a championship player at the moment. He's still in Premier League, but there you go. Buendia, he was big money signing a couple of seasons ago. Very quiet sort of seasons he's had. It's very interesting to see. And then we've got Mitrovic, who I think probably if he was signed by Liverpool, Manchester United, maybe even Newcastle, so a team like that would probably... It could go either way. He could get loads of goals or he could just flop. But I think he would be the sort of player who would start scoring a lot of goals for them, you know, because he's doing it for Fulham. I imagine he'd be able to do it with like some really, and maybe even Arsenal. Like if you think about like the sort of play that they have, they need a big man up front. That's probably a good idea of a player, and Fulham are now bringing jack up the price because he's proven in the Premier League, isn't he? He scored a lot of goals last season, but yeah, interesting player. Josh Da Silva for Brentford. Then we've got Joe Gelhardt, young English player, I think he is, for Leeds. He's going to be an interesting one to see for the future. Christian Pulisic for Chelsea. I think as of a couple of days ago, he's moving to AC Milan. I think that's probably for the best for him. He was never really at his full potential, and I think the Premier League's a bit too fast-paced for him whenever I've watched him play. Serie A might be... I mean, it's a different type of game. I'm not saying Serie A is any easier. I think it's not as fast, but it's more physical. And it might be good for him to develop his physicality in Serie A. Because defenders, they don't mess around in Serie A. And he's going to have to get used to taking some serious challenges. But yeah, I think he'll do well. Especially for AC Milan, they're a good team. So, interesting to see how his future progresses. And we've got Darwin Núñez. Everyone is like, he's an absolute flop because we brought him and he didn't really score many goals last season. I always think, give players at least a season to sell. He's just moved to a new country, a completely different league, and playing with a completely different team. If he flops this season, yeah, he's probably a bit of a flop. But if he starts to perform and play well, and you never know what's happening in people's personal lives as well, I think he's not a flop yet. You got to give him more time. Bruno Fernandes, I mean, he's good for United, but he moans way too much. He annoys me so much with his moaning. He's such a good player, and if he didn't moan as much, but it's like the Portuguese player mentality. If you look at Cristiano Ronaldo. He obviously is very much looks up to Ronaldo as a player. Bruno does, and they both just moan at everything, even their own players on their team, and it's kind of that doesn't help in the long run, does it? Then we've got Bentancur. He's a good player. He is a very good player. Just it'll be interesting to see what Tottenham do this season, especially if Kane goes, because Kane definitely wants to go, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Chris Wood, man, he had the opportunity to kind of cement himself as the striker for a little while for Newcastle, and he just didn't. He's not. He's one of them players where it's like, you're a good Championship player, you're not quite the Premier League quality, unfortunately, but there you go. I think he's moved as well. I think he might have signed for someone else. Chan Huang for Wolves. I actually quite like him. Again, not very consistent, but first season, give them time. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember. I think Wolves were relegated though, so he'll do better in Championship if he still was playing for them. Harvey Barnes, one of them players who's like an English player who's just kind of gone under the radar a little bit because he plays for Leicester, I think, but he's definitely moving somewhere. Now that they're in the Championship, he's moving to the Premier League this season. Don't know who. I imagine Newcastle because they got the money, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, love a bit of Harvey Barnes. He's always got a good goal in him. Armel Bella Kochamp. Never heard of him, to be honest, but there you go. João Cancelo. He won because he moved to Bayern this season. So he won the Premier League, Champions League, the FA Cup, I think it was as well. But he also won the German league, and I think, did they win the Polka? Think so. He like won basically 6 or 7 trophies. No, 5 or 6 trophies even in one season, which is not bad going. But I think he's moving on from Man City now. So interesting to see where he goes. Thomas Tuchel won the Europa Conference. He's such like a player that does the job so quietly. What's interesting is I always think he does a similar job to Rice. I could be wrong. He's more attacking than Rice, but he's very he just seems like a defensive midfielder that kind of Rice is. So to play both of them together, you're definitely shoring up the defense, aren't you? But with Rice going, I feel like Souček might just fit that role anyway. But I think West Ham are looking to reinvest that money into a replacement player for Rice anyway. So, but yeah, awesome player. And the man himself, Haaland. Dum, 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 dum. I mean, yeah, what can be said about him that hasn't already been said? He's like scoring 30 goals a season in his first season. You know how I said with Núñez, give him another season to settle? It's insane that Haaland didn't need another season to settle. Everyone was like, oh, he's probably not going to do that well this season because, you know, it's the Premier League. And so he's absolutely smashed it, hasn't he? It's unreal how good he is. The only other player which I think might be close to potentially next season having a good season is United are looking at signing a Danish, I think he is, a Danish player called Hjulberg from Atalanta in Italy, and he's apparently smashing in the goals for fun. So it might be that the Scandi strikers are going to be running the Premier League for a little bit. Renan Lodi, never heard of him. Then we got Stefan Bajcetic, I think it is, is that Liverpool? Looks like Liverpool. I've not heard of this guy either. Interesting. There we go. Anthony Elanganga. I don't know how long he's going to be here for United because, yeah, he didn't play much last season, and I don't think Ten Hag loves him. So he might be one who moves on to another team, and I think he's going to be really good in the future. He's definitely got the qualities of a good player. He's just young and needs to develop kind of like mentality and physicality a little bit. But yeah, great player. And now we move on to shinies. So we've got Tyrick Mitchell, shiny silver, which is an alright card. I don't really know the player that well, so not that fast. We got another shiny silver, Pierre-Emile Hjulberg. There you go. And then we've got a score team, Harry Kane. And a all-hands team, David De Gea. And sad about De Gea because he left United last week. So that is sad news. 12 years, I think he was at United, and he was such a good keeper for them. If you haven't guessed, I'm talking a lot about United. I'm a bit of a United fan. When I was growing up, I was a United fan, so I know more about him. But yeah, I think he was honestly a decent keeper and could still be United's first choice keeper for the next couple of seasons. But Ten Hag needs to do a change, and one of the changes he obviously wanted to do was goalkeeper. So that means that poor old De Gea has to be cut. I will be really interested in seeing where he goes next. I wonder if he's going to go back to La Liga. Feels like the natural choice for him. He came from Atletico Madrid. I feel like there's plenty of La Liga sides that could use him as a first choice keeper. The reason he left is he didn't want to be second choice, so you know he's not going to go to a big team that's just going to sit him on the bench. But yeah, could he be one of the many players going to Saudi League this season? We'll see. And then Harry Kane, we've already talked about. He's probably going to be on the move to Germany from looks of it, to Bayern. But again, we will see what happens because Dan Levy does not want to let him go, does he? But he never usually does. So that was that pack of Score. We're now going to go back to the 30th anniversary Jurassic Park stuff. Boom. Let's get this open. See, these scissors are doing the job, and they're looking cool while they're doing it, aren't they? I think they look cool anyway. Oh, I cut them open. I'm still struggling. Boom. We're in. So, start off, we have a Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 on fire. And again, what I love about in this movie, models. It's a model. Isn't that great that it's not graphics and it's a model? Just something about it looks better. I don't mind graphics used in these movies, but I just love the models. When they do model work, it looks amazing. Then we have another Jurassic Park 3. Got the feathered quill kind of raptors looking... I think this is probably my preferred... No, I don't know. Jurassic Park 1, the raptors are just so menacing and so cool. But these are close second. I did like these ones. But they were a lot more graphicsy. That's the problem. They used a lot of graphics for making these raptors when they could have done some model work. But yeah. You know my thoughts on model work now. And then, boom! Ah, that's cool. I like that one. It's the amber mozzie. Oh look, you can see my camera really in the mirror. That's like a proper mirror. And that, isn't there? Cool. I really like that one as well. And then we've got a green. So we had a red or pinkish red T-Rex. Now we have a green T-Rex with shiny. Looking good. And then a Pachow. Oh, this is a duplicate as well. We've got the gravelly Therizinosaurus, I think that is. But I do like the long-nailed guys. They were pretty... Do you know what? Out of a bad movie, they were a pretty cool addition to the Jurassic World Dominion movie. And then... Oh, we got a duplicate of that one. I mean, I do love it. So I don't mind having a duplicate of this one. But interesting. We're getting a lot of dupes. Cool. Well, that's that pack done. Do love that card. Beautiful. I think it might be my favourite so far. But I do like the gravelly ones. Don't know. On to the next pack. I'm just throwing it all over the place. Gonna cut this one open. And we have just reached an hour streaming, and we've still got packs to go. So, going strong. Boom. Perfect. Perfect pack opening, wasn't it? So we've got another puzzle piece. Again, at some point I'll have to put them together and see what it looks like. Then we've got the Creation Lab. Sea Life Recreated. That's quite a nice little card, to be fair. It's very similar to the one we had before, like the Amber, but with like the foot and the DNA sort of holographic sides. And then boom, we have DNA 1997, so that's the Lost World. This one's got a bit of texture to it as well, actually. I'm not sure about this card. It just seems like they took some like clip art from Word and stuck it on and then took a picture of the T-Rex and just slapped that on as well. I don't know. It just feels a little bit hapdash. I don't know. And then we definitely had this one before, Dilophosaurus. But what I like about this one is so much gravelly surface area to have a good rub. There you go. I'll stop now. Blue. Again, embossed, I think you call it. So, like, raised. Very nice. I actually quite like that one. Although, to be honest, I don't think it looks a lot like blue in, like, the head shape. There's something about it. Not sure. And then, this is Jurassic World Dominion. I think we've had this one as well. So, without a doubt, not going to have a full set by the end of this because we're getting quite a few dupes. Next pack. Let's do this. So now that I'm doing a pack opening this week, I've like the last couple of weeks, I think I missed last week's streaming, so I'm just gonna talk about that real quick. I just haven't been feeling like that great recently with my colitis, so I haven't had the kind of motivation, should I say. I could have streamed, but I just haven't had the motivation to do it. So I took a little break, and I was like, I'll come back to streaming this week. And then I had all these cards, which I just kind of impulse bought. I was like, oh, go on, let's get a load of cards. So I thought, you know what, let's make it a bit more fun. Let's open them on a stream. So next, I'll definitely be playing one of my games. I've either got ABC Murders or the Park Beyond. Not sure which one I want to continue doing. I like them both, so that's the problem. I'm not sure which one I want to pick up. But yeah, so I'll stream one of those next week, and we'll probably, whichever one I pick, we'll play through to the finish. So I think it will probably be ABC because I think that'll be the shortest, and then we'll jump on to do Park Beyond. We basically, at this point, I'm wasting time until I get to Starfield. Because that's the game I want to play, and I will be addicted to, kind of like how I was with Star Wars. I played that non-stop until I finished it. So Starfield is the big one that I'm waiting for, but there's probably some games coming out in the meantime, especially on Game Pass, which I might have a look at picking up and playing on stream. We'll see what's coming out over the next few months. I think there is a little bit. The end of the year is definitely when games are coming out and are more, what should I say? They're like the bigger games, the more like hyped up games are coming out near the end of the year, methinks. Because we had a lot of hyped up big games come out before summer. I just feel like if you release a game in summer, you got all the kids out playing in the gardens and in the parks and going on holidays and stuff. So you don't have as much uptick in like how many people buy it, and that's why people don't release games over July and August. I could be wrong, but I'm getting that vibe because if you look at the release dates, everything good seems to be coming out near the end of the year, coming up to Christmas as well. So we'll just have to be patient. But yeah, I'll probably do ABC Murders, which is, I didn't realize, a super old game, but I enjoyed the first couple of hours that I played, so I'll play the next couple of hours, and see where it's going and see if I'm still enjoying it. If not, I'll jump onto Park Beyond. Okay, that's the plan. We're going to go back to opening a pack. So here we go. We have a puzzle piece. Boom. We have a half of the Jurassic Park scene where like the T-Rex is breaking out of the pen. Shiny and pop art style. Not crazy about it. We've got Blue posing. Again, what's up with all this? Just kind of like just stick random stuff all around it. And then stick a dinosaur in the middle. It should be alright. I don't know. It's just a bit weird. And then we got half a pop art Stegosaurus. Nice. And then we've got a duplicate. We had that one before. Excuse me. Got a cough. Got Woo. And we've got another duplicate. Got Pyroraptor. There you go. So that pack was a little bit disappointing, I'm not going to lie. A lot of pop art and a lot of dupes. 1 minute. Got a tickle in my throat. Got to hydrate up. Right. You could probably see me drinking in the reflection. Do you see? Oh. Nice. Okay. Jurassic Park. We're going for another one. Oh, I don't think I cut that right. There we go. We're in. Oh my goodness, I just smacked the camera. Is that okay? Yeah, we're all good. See, the problem is as well, I'm used to just playing games on stream. You don't have to be really aware where your hands are at all times. So like, I'm like smacking my hands into things and dropping stuff. I have respect for those who do pack openings on the regular because it's not easy to know where your hands are at all times. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm just a little bit dyspraxic or something because I just like I'm very butterfingery and just have trouble controlling where my hands are going at times. Got that twice now. So I've got a duplicate puzzle piece. Okay, here we go. Got a red, which is Jurassic Park 3 when they're stopped by the raptors at the end. They have to give the eggs back. There you go. Boop. Oh, what is this one? This is upside down. This is Isla Nublar, like the map of it. That's pretty cool. I like that one. That one's nice, and I'm not in frame again. I like that. That's a good card. Boom. Got that twice now, but that is a cool card, isn't it? The 1993 pop art. I think it's not pop art, is it? It's Andy Warhol style. I like it. Then we've got the T-Rex, looking big and bad. And then we've got definitely don't have the Triceratops actually. And it's got the kind of gravelly feel to it. Love it. And then we just got Owen Grady, just chilling out. Not a lot of Grady in there. Like, we've got a couple, but I feel like we're focusing more on the originals, which I am happy with. I like that because the originals are the best. All right, we're making a dent in these cards now. Smashing through them. Ooh. Boom. Okay. So, what we got? Which way do we open it? They all just face the wrong way. Don't know. Okay, so we've got this one, which is Jurassic Park 3, when they're on the boat. And the Spinosaurus is trying to reach in and get them. It's like a proper, like, when you, like, drop something down the back of the sofa or something, you've got, like, your head up against, like, something and you can't look at it. So you're just reaching in, trying to feel where it is. That's just what the Spinosaurus is doing. Is that I'm sure there's something in here, so I'm just going to keep clawing away and see if I can find it. Then we have... I don't like that one at all. We've got the Mosasaur about to eat the Indominus Rex. And the T-Rex and Blue just shouting at the Indominus Rex like, "Watch out! You're going to die, man! No!" Yeah, no, I don't like the art for that one. I don't like the art for that one either. I don't know, like, let me know what you think, but I feel like that's, I don't know. It just doesn't have the right vibe to me. I feel like maybe this collection is aimed at a little bit younger kids, which is a bit strange because you would think they'd aim at nostalgia of like the adults who watched it when they were kids back in. But maybe they're trying to like get a wider demographic, so they made like kind of kiddie looking art for half of it. I don't know, or maybe they just like the art. I mean, some people will like that art. I just don't. Boom, clever girl. Oh man, that's an awesome card. I love that one. That's really cool. I would have that as like a little poster or something, you know? I like that one. And then we've got a puzzle piece and another puzzle piece. I actually think these ones, do they go together? Oh, they do. Look at that. I think we've got the top one already, but it does go together. So, you've obviously got the like folder that you buy with the new, which like has like all of the pouches are numbered, so you like it will probably look quite look all put together when you put it all in the new I don't know what I'm calling it, new in the starter pack. So there you go. Look at that pile. I love opening packs. Such fun. Cool. We're on to the next. Where have my scissors gone? There they are. And here we go. We're in. And we have probably one of the most iconic scenes from the first movie, I would argue, or from the whole franchise. The T-Rex with the banner. I mean, the banner has either fallen already or it's about to fall, but like just before, and doing the big roar. I mean, that's the scene you think of really with Jurassic Park. I mean, there's other scenes obviously that you think of, but that's like the big one. Then we've got a Jurassic World one, where I think it just shows the difference of movie quality. Like, that's the big scene of like, I do love that scene, but it just doesn't hold a candle to this one. Do you know what I mean? And I think the Jurassic World movie, the first one, which is this one, is much better than the next two. And I actually enjoy the first Jurassic World. The next two just lose my faith completely. Like they and I can't. I tried to watch Dominion again recently, and I turned it off. I just got really bored. It's just they try to do too much and not enough at the same time, which is actually quite impressive. But but yeah, this scene, actually thinking about it, was pretty fun. With the whole like they don't have lethal rounds or anything, and they're trying to capture the Indominus Rex, and then the drop of blood, which is like a little Easter egg. So many people, if you look online, it's like so many comments of like, that's an Easter egg because of the chaos theory. The blood drips down one way and then the other way. But yeah, that's a fun scene, and I like that card. I think these cards are just good for like nostalgia's sake, you know. I can just talk about like the thing that they're looking at. And literally what I was talking about, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, from this scene is right there. But look at this one. Beaut, right? Look at this one. Not so beaut. I just don't like the art. I don't understand why you've got to do it in pop art style. You could easily have that scene from the movie just put on that card. I suppose you have to do something different, but not that. And then you've got... Oh, I had it the right way. Some of these look upside down when they're not. What's this saying? Restricted area, 10,000 volts. Do you know what? I don't hate that. There's something quite clean about that image there. That's quite nice. So yeah, I like that one. It's a little bit like strange that you'd have just the 10,000 volts. So, because that's the sign on the fence when they're climbing it, and Ellie is putting on the fence again, and the little kid Timmy, I think his name is, gets like blown off of it because he doesn't jump in time. But yeah, I quite like it. Yep, I know I like that one more. And then we have, I'm pretty sure we've got this one already. Like we've got to give it a little stroke. Quencellacotus. But we've got one of them. Nice. And that is Jurassic Park 3. That's when they first land on the island and they pull back like the vines and stuff. And then there's just a dead dinosaur and he's like, Alan Grant's like, don't worry, it's dead. We're all good. And then T-Rex just lifts his head up. And then like, it always annoys me that bit because he says don't move. And then they all run, which is essentially, you could basically have just killed Alan Grant. Because if you're running and he's not, T-Rex would probably see him still or something, you know, might come after him. It just really annoys me that bit because it's like, I mean, I know that they're selfish people because they got him on the island in the first place. But yeah, that bit I'm like, oh, come on, people. He's the expert that you brought. Maybe listen to him. But yeah, I think I'd probably still run if a T-Rex was in front of me in real life. So I can't really complain too much. We're on to the next. Boom. These are really hard to get out on the sides. There we go. That's better. We're getting close to the end, methinks. How many more we got left? Got about 6 packs left or 7. Right. Let's have a look at what we have. We've got The Lost World. I just realised it says the movie on the back, so I should probably be using that to figure it out. We've got The Lost World when he's trying to use, Ian Malcolm's trying to use the radio to get his daughter off the island because she snuck on. It's like, I feel like the daughter subplot, I get why they did it, but it does kind of detract a little from the movie. It's just kind of like, okay, now Ian's trying to protect 2 people. He's already playing the protector, so you just double down on that role, and it's just a bit like, okay, they're beating a dead horse a little bit there. Then we've got the... do you know what? Looking at this, I'm realising that the Jurassic Park 3 scene where they are running through... They're trying to get away from the Spinosaurus, so they're running through like these herds. Like, this is similar to the running through the Gallimimus herd in the original, which I never made that connection before, but this, you can kind of see it. It's very much like a parallel to the Gallimimus scene. I mean, they're obviously not being chased in the Gallimimus scene, but like, there is just like some similarities in my eyes. And then we've got another Velociraptor, so we had one of them already, but it is nice just to feel it, so that's cool. Then we've got, we had the first part of this somewhere. So we've got the second part of the Brachiosaur, Brontosaur standing up and eating off the tree, which is all very red. I don't know why they made it really red, but there you go. Then we've got, is that Japanese? I believe that's Japanese. I think that's, or is it Chinese? I'm trying to figure out through... I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. So we've got Japanese poster question mark for the original Jurassic Park. Japanese do great posters, I will say, for their movies. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then this is Jurassic World. Right at the beginning, you have the Indominus Rex being born, don't you, at the egg. There you go. Kind of goes back to the... Again, Jurassic Park. There's so much referential stuff back to the original movie because of how good the original movie was. But yeah, that it references back to when the Velociraptors were being born from that. Next pack. Boop, boop. There you go. Rip it a little bit so we can get in. Cool. The heck is that? It's upside down. Maybe it will help looking at it the right way around. Oh, I see what it is now. My brain could not figure out what that was from that way around. When you finally figure it out what it is, you're like, oh, okay, I see it now. But it's the Indominus Rex trying to eat that like ball thing that they, the like gyrospheres, I think they're called. But yeah, I mean it's a lesser version of the original Jurassic Park when the top window is smashed in and the T-Rex is trying to eat him. I mean, it does an okay job. It's not the best, but it does a job. Now we've got Jurassic Park 3, the Fire Spinosaurus. That's a dupe. We've already had that one before. And we've got Triceratops, shiny DNA stuff around it. And then we've got, ooh, I like that one. That one's really nice. That is from Fallen Kingdom, because it's got like the T-Rex and the Carnosaurus, and then the three, like Owen Grady and the other two. I cannot remember their characters' names now. Claire, and then the Screaming guy. The Screaming guy, he's played by Justice Smith, I think his name is. Yes. It says Jurassic World. I'm pretty sure that's Fallen Kingdom. But yeah. It's pretty cool. Pachycephalosaurus. That is actually my favourite dinosaur. Just FYI. Love me a Pachycephalosaurus. They're really cool dinosaurs. Like headbutt. So they've got like this massive thick skull. I think it was like 7 to 9 inches thick, the skull. And so they would just like smash their head into like other dinosaurs or into like trees and stuff. They'd just be like headbutting everything. I just love that. They're cool dinosaurs. And then we've got Fallen Kingdom, the dinosaur trying to create a horror movie for us. Like this bed scene was just why the little girl went to the bed was weird. Like hide somewhere better. Like you are not hiding when you're in a bed. And then B, this creepy claw coming in. Like just no. This is where the movies started to lose me. I'm not gonna lie. That scene was. Because at the beginning, it was still a little bit more like a park movie. You know, they went to the island. They were trying to save dinosaurs and stuff. And then you got to that bit in the in like the mansion, and it didn't work that well. The death for that dinosaur was pretty cool though. The Indoraptor's death was pretty cool. I will give them that. On to the next pack. Cool. And we have, boom, a duplicate puzzle piece. So we already had that one. Again, I'm not a big fan of the pop art. Boom. We've got a Stig, not to be confused with the Pachycephalosaurus. See, the difference is these spikes at the back. They're the big difference. So they still have the thick skull and they headbutt stuff, but they also have these spikes on the back, and they're a little bit more spiky around like the nose area and stuff. And they're called Stigmilok, I think it is Stigmilok. And I believe from back in the day when I was really into dinosaurs, I researched loads of stuff about them. I believe that something around their name stands for the river Styx. That's why that's how they got their name, because like their devil-like appearance with the horns and stuff. I could be wrong though. It could be a different dinosaur I'm thinking of. But yeah, I like that card, and it's also embossed, like raised, so that's very nice. We have a 3D style shiny T-Rex. It's got kind of like that monochromatic thing going on. It's hurting my eyes slightly. Not sure how I feel about that one. It just looks blurry to me. Then we've got a pterodactyl of sorts with a shininess. That's quite a cool card. I don't hate that one. I'm going to put this out there. This art style, I think, is my favorite for like the non-movie shots. So like I really like the real shots of like the dinosaurs and that, like the models and things. But then all of the art styles out of this one, this like angular sort of like triangles and stuff to make the dinosaurs looks so good. I love it. Not as good as the mosasaur, but the velociraptor still looks really nice. So yeah. And then we've got another puzzle piece, which I'm not sure if we've got that or not, but that looks a bit derpy, doesn't it? This one here. I don't know. Some just don't look right there. Cool. That's another good pack. We're on to the next one. I've got so many pack casings and stuff. So what have we got here? We've got the Lost World. Oh, this is the scene when they Vince Vaughn's like, Hammond sent a plan just in case these poachers showed up, and they're like, what's the plan? Me. And so basically he just goes around with like bolt cutters and just releases all the dinosaurs and causes havoc in the camp. But yeah, honestly, I know the Lost World's not great compared to the original, and probably compared to Jurassic Park 3, but I still quite like it. I think where it loses me is the final third of the movie. Like the third act is in San Diego, and they really don't know what they're doing with it. It just like dinosaurs should not be in cities, and I think that's where they went wrong with the newer movies as well. They need to be on an island in a park, and then have people going there and dying. I just feel that works better. But yeah, that's a nice card. Then we have, boom. Ooh, carnivore, herbivore, flyer, and water. The versus card. So we've got Mosasaur. We've got, I'm going to have to read this up close. Oh no, it just says class underneath. So it says, it just says carnivore class, herbivore class, flyer class. A flyer doesn't sound right to me. And then water class. The flyer is some sort of pterodactyl. Herbivore is a triceratops. And then you've got the T-Rex as a carnivore, obviously. I mean, you could have a velociraptor, to be fair, as well, in there. And then, boom. We've got Owen Grady, a raptor looking pretty scared with that wide eye. And then the Jurassic World kind of sign. Is it Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? I feel like they changed the sign slightly for Jurassic World. That's why I call it that. Like the Jurassic Park one looks different to that one. That's quite a nice card though. It's quite simple. We've got a Dimetrodon. Famously not a dinosaur. It's like a, can't remember how it's described. It's like a prehistoric mammal or something like that. But yeah, it's got the nice gravelly texture, so I'm happy. That's a nice looking card. A duplicate of the T-Rex roaring over a messed up Jurassic World. And then we have the Lost World when the T-Rex is drinking out the pool. And the dog is barking at him. And then the dog gets eaten. I don't like that scene because the poor dog is just saying, hey, get out of my garden. And this T-Rex just eats the dog. Eat people, fine, but dogs are off limits. But yeah, like I said, that's where it kind of lost me, the movie. The Lost World was like, let's go to the city. And I'm like, maybe, but no. Well, I think the problem is they didn't spend enough time on it. If you're going to do that, do a whole movie of dinosaurs in a city. And have it almost like I Am Legend, where like people have evacuated and there's dinosaurs like in buildings, and there's a team that go in to like clear out the city. So they go into a building, and then there's like a raptor shoots past the camera really quickly in the foreground or the background, and they're like being slowly picked off one by one and things like that. I think that is how you do that movie right. This, probably not. It was the low point of the movie, in my opinion. All right, we're on our last 3 packs. Perfect. So we've got Owen Grady, the Velociraptor Wrangler. Man, this green light is really annoying. I'm going to have to see if I can turn that light off or something. Yeah, from Jurassic World. Then we've got Apu. What is that? It's like a Jurassic World sort of like brochure front cover. Do you know what I mean? I quite like it, to be fair, actually. It's quite nice. Again, I like the subtle ones. I don't like the ones which are super busy and all in your face. And then we've got Lethal at 8 months. Wow. I mean, it is cute. Don't get me wrong. Not sure I love it. It's, yeah, it's a choice. And then we've got the Gallimimus. There's a new tactile card with like the gravelly texture. Loving it. It's a cool looking Gallimimus. I prefer the ones from Jurassic Park though. I don't think that is the one. I think the ones from Jurassic Park were a bit more orange. And then we've got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is when the Suchomimus is coming through the sort of like sewer bit. And they're like, and then lava starts coming through. It's all just a mess for these people. And then we've got Screaming Justice Smith. It just, the screaming was too much. Then we've got the amber that's being drilled at the beginning, of Jurassic Park. I think it's the beginning. I'm trying to remember now. I've watched the movie so much. But yeah, that's a nice looking card as well. I love the amber stuff. Now, second from last pack. Ooh. There we go. And we've got Vince Vaughn in The Lost World trying to call for a helicopter to save them. And he finds the old Jurassic Park stuff. Which, a different island from Jurassic Park. So, it's not the old Jurassic Park stuff, but it's like Jurassic Park stuff that they were going to use on that island, I think. So, yeah. Then we've got another movie duplicate we already had, which is the eggs being given back to the raptors. And then, whoop. Ooh. That is a beautiful card. Oh, I love it. That is so nice. Yeah. Like that one. That is really cool. Mosasaur kind of like spiral art sort of thing going on. One of my faves. I just love the Mosasaur, I think, is what we can tell from this. Then we've got the Brachiosaur or Brontosaur being fed by Timmy and being pat on the nose by Alan. Is it a Vegisaur? Herbivore love. And then we got the T-Rex in green doing his usual pose. Such a pose, eh? And then we haven't got this one actually. It's a one of the puzzle piece cards. That's quite nice. I mean, some parts of this artwork, like that bit for me, works quite well. I quite like that. And to a degree, this I think looks quite nice as well. The smaller ones I think work when it get big and there's a lot of space which is empty. Like when the T-Rex face is just one big blotch of brown, I think it kind of doesn't look great. Okay, last pack. Overall, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed the anniversary packs. They definitely play on nostalgia quite a lot, but like it doesn't really matter because we love a bit of nostalgia, don't we? Whoop, there we go. And there we are. So we've got the puzzle piece. I don't think we've had that one before, which is cool. Then we've got boom. Dum 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 da da dum da da dum. How have I not done the theme tune yet? We've got the gate, but I will say these grey it's just a bit lazy. There's like no texture in the art. So it's just like a grey block. I don't know. And they weren't grey. They were brown in the movie, I think. So I'm not crazy about that one. It looks cool. And then you look at it for a little bit longer in the fire. It looks like I've just dropped it. It looks like they've just taken like clip art fire and stuck it on. I don't know. Not crazy about that one. Another cool T-Rex. Like, the thing is, I don't know if these are duplicates or not, because they all the T-Rex ones look a bit the same. So we've got a lot of them. Boom. Oh, a compy is in the sights. Compsognathus, I think, is very hard to pronounce. But yeah, that's kind of a cool one. Again, quite busy though. And then we've got a Petrodon. Or Pterodon. What am I calling it? Pterodon. And it's all raised. It's a very nice feel, this card, actually. It looks quite cool as well. I like that one. And then the final card is a duplicate of the Jurassic Park 3 scene with the T-Rex. And we have opened all of the Jurassic Park cards that I had. So let me know what you think in the comments of that collection. I quite like it, but I've got a soft spot for Jurassic Park, as you probably can tell. So that's why I got them. But yeah, I think I really enjoyed opening those packs, and I'm going to pop them into the starter pack, which you get like the little file. So I'm going to be putting all those cards away for the next couple of days. I space it out because I get bored easy. But we're going to finish up on a final score pack. I'm not sure if we've got any good cards or like worth anything cards, because I have no idea what cards are worth what. But again, I just like getting football cards, and I was hoping for a signature, but I think they're quite rare to get. So out of 3 packs, you're probably not very likely to get them. But that was my end goal. But we'll see. We might have one in this one. I don't think so. I think they're quite thick, so you can kind of tell straight away if you've got one. But we've got Aaron Ramsdale, one of them keepers which has really started to become relevant. He was a good keeper before, but now people are starting to notice him and a bit more like cool for him to play for England and stuff. But since Pickford's around, Southgate will only ever pick Pickford, so Ramsdale doesn't have much shout at the moment for an England spot. Then we've got Matthias Jensen, who's one of them players for Brentford who always pops up on the score sheet. Like I'll be like, oh, Jensen scored again. He's quite a good little player for them, to be honest. Brendan Arison, I heard on the news. I heard some transfer news that he was moving from Leeds because they got relegated. So I don't know where. I think he's going abroad. That he's going either Bundesliga or Serie A, I think. So he's going to be off. And we've got Robert Sanchez for Brighton. There you go. Lewis Cook for Bournemouth. Joachim Anderson for Crystal Palace. Douglas Luiz for Villa. Douglas Luiz is a bit of he's one of those players which you know is going to get a red card in the season. You just don't know when, and he is problematic at times, you know. And then we've got Vitaly Mikolenko for Everton. We haven't had a lot of Everton players, actually. I just realised. That's the first one. Rico Henry for Brentford. Jack Harrison for Leeds. Ben Chilwell for Chelsea. And then we've got... Oh, there you go. Haven't had many Everton players. We've got another one now. James Tarkowski, who is a decent defender. And I always thought might be one of those players which starts to be in the England squad, but he's just not... He's not quite up to that level to the next one. We'll see how he does next season. David Raya for Brentford. I think he's signed for someone, actually. I think David Raya has been sold by Brentford. Maybe to Tottenham, off the top of my head. I can't remember. because they're looking to replace Lloris, who is obviously getting a little bit old in football years. Ivan Perisic for Tottenham. Speaking about Tottenham, Callum Wilson. He's one of them players which, again, getting on in football years, but has been pretty good over the last couple of seasons for Newcastle, and has actually played fairly well for England. Getting on the score sheet against, it was a really rubbish team. I can't remember, something like Macedonia or something. I can't remember who he played last, but yeah, he's a fairly decent striker for England, I think. We've got Daniel Amarati. Then we've got Daniel Podence, who is always one of them ones who scores like absolute screamers. I feel like Podence is like kind of reliable for that. Kyle Walker-Peters, a good winger for England. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Turn it around. We've got Ruben Neves, who I think has signed. What a weird one, this one, right? I think he's signed for a Saudi club, and Newcastle might be loaning him. Some definite insider like stuff going on there, but I don't know enough to even comment on that. Said Benrahma, he played really well for West Ham in the last couple of games of the Europa Conference. I know that. He's a decent player for them. Virgil van Dijk, I always thought best defender in the world, right? Last couple of seasons and the World Cup, I know he's getting on a little bit again in football years, but I didn't think he'd drop off as quickly as he has. I still think he's a great player, but just not at the level that he used to be. So interesting. I mean, Liverpool have had a bad season. Maybe that's why he's suffering. So we'll see how he does this season if Liverpool pick themselves up. Dean Henderson is always one of them players who says, I deserve to be first team. And you know what? He does for Nottingham Forest. I don't know if he's a Man United first team keeper. So I think he's probably going to move this season if he hasn't already. But yeah, he's an interesting keeper. I think he's good, but he just needs to mature and kind of improve where he can. Andy Robertson he's a funny player. I like. Garnacho, great new talent for United. Love a bit of Garnacho. He's going to be amazing. We spoke about Hugo Lloris earlier on. He's getting on a little bit, but he's a good goalkeeper still. Hopefully he won't. I mean, I'm in two minds. He either will go to Saudi leagues and make a load of money. He'll either stick with Tottenham and just be a second choice keeper, or he'll go to a maybe French club and just see out the rest of his games playing for some French club. Either way, he's had a great... I think he won the World Cup, didn't he? So he's got plenty of trophies from his national. He hasn't got many trophies from playing for Tottenham, but no one who plays for Tottenham has. So Bruno Jimenez is going to be insane next season, I feel. He was really good this season, but Newcastle keep improving the squad more and more. He's going to be good. So yeah, one to watch. Then we've got Saka. Boom. Oh, we got a silver shiny Saka, which I like. I spoke about Saka in one of my other pack openings. He's a good one. Then we've got Eriksen. Boom. Again, spoke about Eriksen earlier, but he's good. He's just starting to lose his edge a little bit with fitness, I think, but still a great player to have. Bruno Jimenez, we spoke about him, hot rookie. And then breakthrough is Darwin Núñez, which not quite the breakthrough that they wanted this season, but still a good player. There you go. And that is all of the scorecards done as well. So I've finished my pack opening, and it's actually taken me an hour and 45 to do them all anyway. So it's like a normal stream almost. So thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And let me know what you think, if you like the sort of pack openings and stuff. If you'd like to see more of them or not. I'm going to do more when I get like my Pokemon cards and stuff come through and the Lorcana cards come through. But it's just up to you if you like them or not. Just to let me know. But I will be continuing doing some gaming streaming next week. As long as I'm feeling all good and not completely trash. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.